Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm your friend till the end. Heidi-ho! I think that might have been just a little too sinister. It's a fucking shit show! What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. Mood and atmosphere. No, it's fucking garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Yes, that's right. In this video, I want to talk about Child's Play, but not Child's Play as a whole in terms of the franchise. I mean, maybe I will down the road. I'll talk about each movie. But I want to focus this video as best I can on the new movie that's coming out this June 2019. Now, I'm not a Child's Play expert, and I'm not going to sit here and do this video and pretend to be. I like Child's Play. I'm a big fan of the original movie, okay, which I'll talk about in a second. But I thought the sequel was okay. I wasn't a big fan of the third movie, really. That's the one where Andy goes off to the military, I think. Didn't really care for that, and I never saw any of the sequels after that. So I can't say that I'm a big Child's Play fan. But, I mean, Child's Play, Chucky is in the pop culture consciousness. You cannot be a horror fan or a fan of horror movies and not know a little something about Child's Play, right? So, so I'm a big fan of that first movie from 1988. When it came out, I thought it was ingenious. It was creepy. Chucky was, although he cracked a few one-liners here and there, the movie, in my opinion, took itself relatively seriously. It didn't feel spoofy at all, like when you get to Bride of Chucky and all that kind of shit. He was legitimately scary. I mean, one of my the creepiest moments in that movie for me, and there's a lot of them, but the first thing that came to my head as I'm sitting here is when I think Andy's being, it's been a while since I've seen the film, but I think Andy's being babysat, right? And you see Chucky in the background behind the babysitter just kind of go, like run in the hall or something. And it's like, it's just so creepy. It looks so fucking weird and not right because the doll's not supposed to be doing that. Like, it's not supposed to be, so it was really creepy. A really, really sort of, fun, interesting, new kind of take on a horror movie for its time. So I know that Child's Play fans, hardcore Child's Play fans, for the most part, are divided here because you have MGM, which is releasing this reboot, remake, reimagining, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of Child's Play this June. And they're able to do that, from my understanding, because MGM was the studio that released the first movie, but it was Universal that released the subsequent sequels. So that's how sort of this is going down. Now, Don Mancini, the creator of the franchise, he's doing his own thing over here, from my understanding, that he's in development of a Child's Play TV series, which is directly related to the film franchise that you already know and love. So it is that version of Chucky and the good guy doll. And I believe even Brad Dourif has signed on for 8 episodes, I think, to reprise the role as the voice of Chucky. Now, I don't think this is for primetime television. This is probably for Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or something to that effect, because there's 8 episodes. So that makes sense. I got to admit, I'm not really that excited about that. And it's not really because I'm not a fan of the original sort of inception of Chucky. It's just, where are you going to go? So now you're taking it over here. And Don Mancini even said that that future Child's Play movies in his universe are going to happen as well. So, or are likely to happen. So I'm kind of like, okay, very interesting. So I know that hardcore Child's Play fans are quite divided on this. As somebody who's not quite as emotionally attached and looking at things a little more objectively, I'm kind of more excited about this remake. And it's not because I think that the remake's going to be great. It could fucking suck some serious shit. But there's things about it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm a little tired of Chucky, the Don Mancini version of Chucky. And I know that the most recent one that went to Netflix, what was it? Cult of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, whatever the fuck it was. I know a lot of people said, oh, that wasn't that bad. That kind of felt okay. But there's just something about that version of Chucky that I'm a little tired of. Even though I haven't seen a lot of the sequels, I know what they're about. I know people who've talked to me about them. I have a really great imagination, so I can sort of piece some things together, and I'm just not interested in following that version of Chucky anymore. That's just me. So I'm cautiously optimistic about what MGM's going to do here, because they are changing a lot of things that, you know, has some hardcore Child's Play fans pretty pissed off. For example, Chucky is not, and his name, by the way, in the new movie will still be Chucky. Okay, that came out a couple of months ago, that MGM's not changing that. Okay, it's going to be Chucky. However, it's no longer a good guy doll, it's a buddy doll, B-U-D-D-I. That doesn't really bother me. Now, maybe it doesn't bother me because I'm not a hardcore Child's Play fan. But when I think about it, good guy doll, buddy doll, I like, you know, the little detail that it's B-U-D-D-I. I think that's kind of cute, you know, and I see it and I see the box. I'm like, yeah, that works. Like, that kind of works. Doesn't really bother me. I think that's all right. But the name will still be Chucky, and that came out. So, but this is going to be a doll that primarily relies on artificial intelligence. So you no longer have a guy, as far as we know, by the name of Charles Lee Ray, whose spirit has, you know, inhabited the body of this doll. It's no longer possessed. It's artificial intelligence. So what it appears to me, I was doing some reading up on this new Child's Play movie as much as I could with with the information that's out there, which is not that much. It seems to me that they are, and it's something that I really don't like when horror movies do this. However, it is the first installment in what could be a new series. So if you do this right out of the gate, it might feel a little more organic and okay than if you just do something like this in the middle of a series. It appears to me, obviously, with this new Child's Play, they do want to take advantage of the pop culture today. They want to take advantage of the technology today, because I was just recently on. Now, a lot of you Child's Play fans probably already know this, but this is kind of new to me because this is my first time sort of looking at this stuff a little more closely. I went to the Child's Play website, and this is what comes up. So this is pretty cool. Obviously, this is a fake promotion. Pre-order yours today. You're not actually getting a buddy doll. This is just all great marketing for this movie. And I actually like the marketing. I love the marketing with what they're doing. I actually think it's kind of fun. But if you look over here to the left, we have this little caption here that says, Buddy comes equipped with a highly intricate cloud-backed voice recognition engine capable of identifying speech. Okay, very cool. And then over here we have, using sophisticated Caslin, I think that's how you pronounce it, algorithms, Buddy can comprehend inflection, tonality, and subtle variations in the human voice. I mean, it's very clear by just reading those two captions alone that this is going to be a very high-tech AI type of doll, which might be interesting. I mean, it's a far cry and a complete 180 from what hardcore fans are used to, but okay, I mean, they definitely want to capitalize on the technology of today. That doesn't mean the movie's going to suck, okay, but I understand that people who are emotionally attached to Charles Lee Ray and the spirit and the, you know, the possession and all that stuff, yeah, this comes as fucking bullshit, probably, no doubt about it. But for me, I'm kind of like, okay, interesting. If we go over to the right side of the screen, it says here, Buddy learns both from human interaction and via its 20 sensors and cameras, which provide detailed real-time information about its environment. Pretty cool. Okay, interesting. Buddy utilizes state-of-the-art sensor designs which provide high-resolution image recognition and grip sensitivity. Now, I was reading that there's some speculation that he's also going to have X-ray vision and be able to see in the dark. It's like, okay, woo! All right, we're just taking this up a fucking notch, aren't we? Up several notches, I might say. And then the last thing over here, it says, Buddy comes preloaded with the ability to fluently comprehend and converse in both English and Spanish, with the option to expand via the Caslin language acquisition app. So, okay. All right. Okay. So this is a high-tech doll. There's no doubt about this. And then at the bottom of the page here, it says programming on your tablet, advanced programming on your computer, and remote control on your smartphone. So as we can clearly see, they are utilizing modern technology to relate to a younger demographic and more of a modern sort of audience, per se. Okay. Okay, now you guys know me. That was one of the things I did not like about Halloween Resurrection, because they were utilizing the idea of Survivor and people at a certain location all stranded and utilizing webcams. I didn't like that. But that's primarily because it felt sort of gimmicky and cheesy, and it was falling right in the middle of the fucking series. Like, it just came out of nowhere. This is supposed to be the first movie in what could potentially be a new series. So it feels like, well, if we do this from the ground up, it might not feel as gimmicky. It might not feel as hokey. It still could. It all depends on execution. But because they're doing it right out of the gate, we know what to expect. Okay, this is what they're doing. Okay. Let's see what this is going to be. But there is still the chance that this is going to feel really gimmicky. Now, the other thing that I find interesting is that I believe from what I'm reading that this movie is going to focus heavily on Andy and his friends. So there might even be a Stranger Things Goonies sort of vibe here. I'm not kidding. I've been reading about this, that there's people that say, that are close to the production, that say that this is sort of what they're looking at, is that you're going to focus more on Andy and his friends and how they have to combat Chucky, this new incarnation of Chucky, this new AI, highly sophisticated and intelligent, AI doll. And they're going to focus on these friends, and depending on the chemistry between the friends, depending on, how we feel about their relationships and the execution, it could have that Stranger Things kind of vibe to it. I'm not saying the movie takes place in the 80s and there's going to be that 80s nostalgic vibe. I just mean the relationship between the characters. There might be that sense of horror adventure to it, which is kind of interesting, and that doesn't surprise me. If that's what they're going for, that was more than likely a calculated, conscious, creative choice, because they want to capitalize on that vibe, because Stranger Things is really hot right now. The summer of '84 was very successful. It Chapter 1 was very successful. And what do all those three movies have in common? Yeah, that, friends, buddies, out on adventure, woo, scary, but we're a team and there's good chemistry, and that's what it is. That has me curious. Now, I hope that they don't focus so much on that you lose the identity of what Child's Play is, because I still think it's important that although you are rebooting and maybe reimagining a Child's Play for the future, you still gotta, the essence of what Child's Play was, at least from that first movie, has got to be there. It's got to be scary. Chucky's got to be fucking creepy, okay? And there's got to be moments where I am genuinely fucking creeped out by that doll, all right? There's got to be moments where I'm like, that is fucking creepy. Holy fucking shit. I'm not going to be creeped out by just the fact alone that he's a sophisticated doll. That in and of itself is not going to creep me out. It's how you utilize Chucky with that technology, maybe even more subtly than you might think you need to. You don't have to show how intelligent he is every fucking frame of the movie. We get it. You can let us know that he's very intelligent, very sophisticated, right? He can tap into shit now that it's holy fuck, this is scary. But it's the subtleties and the nuances that are going to make this movie a success. People need to walk out of that theater especially hardcore fans of the original series, need to walk out of that theater thinking, okay, well, you know what? It was very different. It wasn't the Child's Play that I grew up with, but I gotta say, it was pretty good. Like, they did a really decent job. It was scary. It took me a little bit to get used to this new kind of Chucky, but it was good. It was a good movie. And if MGM releases a good Child's Play movie. It doesn't even have to be great. It doesn't have to be fucking phenomenal. It doesn't have to make $200 million at the box office. It doesn't have to make $90 million opening weekend. It just has to make its money back and then some and be a good movie. If Child's Play 2019 could get 55, 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, that's really good. And I know that you're like, no, that's shit. No, it's not. For a Child's Play remake that very little people have faith in, that very few people want, if we can all walk out of that theater going, that was good. That was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was not bad. That was pretty good. Then I think it's a success. And whether it will be, I'm not sure. But I find those things about it very interesting. I'm very curious on how they're going to utilize the technology, and I'm cautiously optimistic for this. But like I said, I have to admit that I hope they don't lose the subtleties and nuances of what made Child's Play different and special, because you still got to have this doll fucking creepy. I'm not going to be creeped out by the AI and how it utilizes its own technology. Oh, it's got X-ray vision. Okay, well, that's creepy, but how are you going to utilize that X-ray vision if it does? I'm not saying it does. Oh, it can see in the dark. Okay. Well, how are you going to utilize that? You can't just show me the doll seeing in the dark. Well, that's not creepy. How do you execute that? Creep me out. Oh, and the synopsis for the new movie is as follows. The story follows a mother named Karen who gives her son Andy a toy doll for his birthday, unaware of its sinister nature. Well, that's pretty much Child's Play. So that's pretty much all the information we know. I mean, maybe you hardcore fans can comment below and give me a little more insight into maybe some details that I haven't touched on here. But I think I've done a pretty good job on bringing the ballpark of what we know so far about this new movie. This is either going to be not bad or fucking shit. I don't know if it'll be amazing. I don't know if it'll be that. I don't know if it has that potential. But I'm really hoping between the two, it'll be pretty good. I don't know. Fascinating to me. As more information comes out about this movie, if it's something that I feel like I want to talk about, I'll cover it here and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about the Child's Play reboot, reimagining, remake, whatever the fuck it is, coming out this June? What is it? June the 21st? June 21st, 2019? Or are you kind of pissed off because you're like, no, fuck, Don Mancini's my man. That original franchise is what I want. I'm more excited about the potential of this TV series that he's doing, right? I want to know more about that. That's what I'm excited about. Fuck this Child's Play. Fuck this new Child's Play. Maybe you're that person. I don't know. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemccrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. The link is in the description, as well as my other links to my Patreon, my merch store, IMDb, Twitter, my website. It's all down there. Check it out if you want to. If not, well, then whatever. So yeah. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.